Welcome to the finale of Let's Play Wario Land 4 for the Game Boy Advance. Today we tackle the last passage of Wario Land 4, the Golden Pyramid, with the last level being called the Golden Passage. Huh. Shouldn't the two names be kind of switched around or whatever? Bleh, whatever. Oh wow, this place looks kind of gorgeous. Let's hope the level is just as inviting. Oh, no. It wants us out immediately. What? Go back. Go back. Now, what in the world just happened there? You may be asking. Okay, so the Golden Passage, assuming you're not playing on super hard mode anyway, this is the last level in the game, guys. And basically the gimmick here is that the entire level is set on a timer. Meaning that the whole goal of the level is for you to get to the end, grab all the treasure, and get the fuck out. This level isn't here for niceties. You basically need to get in and get out. Luckily for us, however, I don't think this level is all too terribly difficult. Most of the puzzle solving here is actually pretty basic, and most of it's just kind of here to slow you down, if anything. What's actually kind of interesting, though, is that all of the Wario transformation abilities you've ran into over the course of the game are actually all here and present. Not used to equal degrees, obviously, because some of them provide more nuisance than others. But, yeah, it's a pretty interesting final level. And, fun fact, this level, in spite of it, playing the escape theme, actually has its own music track, believe it or not. I might be playing it after we finish up this level, but basically, yeah, at one point or another, they planned for this level to be playable without the escape theme present. And you can, actually hear it, and it's actually pretty fucking scary. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that theme actually legitimately gives me chills more than any of the levels in the Sapphire Passage did. It really captures that feeling of finality and, oh shit, we're at the end, aren't we? Like, oh god. But, yeah, this is the final level. Not really too much to say about it, honestly. I mean, I've played better final levels, obviously. But, I mean, this level gets a pass in my book. It's an interesting take, nonetheless. I mean, if you're not playing this on super hard mode, it definitely takes a pre-established, like, rule and flips it upside its head. And that's kind of cool, I guess. Avoid the snowballs like the plague. And, oh, wow, I actually kind of forgot there was a diamond there. A diamond in the rough, if you may. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Oh yeah, Wario loved that, didn't you? You loved that, didn't you, Wario? I don't know why he does that, too. It's like, they didn't really seem to plan out, like, all of these voice clips when they gave them to Wario, and they certainly didn't really apply that logic going into WarioWare either, because it seems like a lot of the shit he says just kind of comes seemingly out of random, and that's probably why a lot of people really like the sound clips from Wario Land 4 and the early WarioWare games. It's just, there's something weirdly charming about them. Honestly, it's like when you hear them from a game like this, and they just never seem to escape your head. They're about as, I mean, it's by the same guy who does Mario's voice after all, just with a different tone. I mean, Charles Martinet does do the voices of both Mario, Luigi, Wario, and Waluigi after all, so I guess that shouldn't be much of a surprise that a man of his talent can bring about such charm and the performances he plays, but nonetheless. But we're not quite done yet. We still need to grab Keezer. However, much like the very first level in the game, we don't need to be worrying about any CDs of the sort to collect, so it's just you the treasure, and Keezer. And then you just get the fuck out. And gotta make this count. Let's go. First time! But yeah, it's not actually possible to play the level without the frog switch being activated unless you pull in a cheat code. That's the only way you're going to be able to play the level and hear the theme. I mean, that's how people were able to like rip the theme and put it onto YouTube after all. It's just so interesting to me that something like that still exists in the game's files, you know? Because they actually put up an invisible barrier between you and the frog switch to actually like keep you from entering the level and accidentally slipping out of the portal and off of the frog switch to play out the level normally, you know. And then the invisible wall, you know, deactivates once you hit the frog switch. And that's the only thing I can think of where something like that would come into effect. But yeah, right ahead is the final boss of Wario Land 4. It's been a long, treacherous road, my friends, but alas, we're at Endgame. So let's do it. Let's fucking do it. We're coming for you, Golden Diva. We've come to steal your treasure and to solve the mystery of this haunted pyramid. And this boss chamber certainly looks really elaborate. That's for damn sure. Let's get one more smile in for good measure. Now, are we sure this guy isn't important in a request in any capacity? What's up with ya? What kind of secrets do you have for us? Well, we're at Endgame, so better time now than ever to figure out, I suppose. I remember, like, reading a forum post or something where, like, there were people that were actually kind of underwhelmed at this being the final boss. And when they fought this, they were like, oh, wait, that's actually the end of the game. This isn't, like, a continuation or anything. I don't see how you could get that impression. I don't see how this couldn't be any more telling that this is going to be the final battle, other than the fact that, you know, the Wario series isn't coherently known to have, any consistent villains, at least past Wario Land 2 anyway. Well, hell, even the Virtual Boy Wario Land had a different villain, but yeah. So first phase here, take these floating creepy head things, toss them at the fan, and then lather, rinse, repeat. They get faster with each head. Don't let them catch you or you'll waste time. Because the gimmick here is that you see those chests in the background? Basically, that is all the treasure you've accumulated throughout the entire game. But you're not scot-free just yet. You can still potentially lose all of this treasure over the course of the battle. So you still need to play this fight just as fast as any other. And basically, for most of this fight, you're taking these weird things that she tosses at you, and you find ways to actually use these items in your favor to inflict damage onto her. And it gets to a point where it becomes so overwhelming, she can toss multitudes of these things at once. And you just kind of have to, like, pick and choose what you want to use to inflict damage upon the Golden Diva. And I actually kind of find that fun, not gonna lie. There's a lot of interesting resource management here, and you kind of have to just sort of determine what is the best course of action at this time. So you kind of have to play around with these items and just sort of figure out, based off of your preferences, what do you find is faster than the other method, you know? Just make sure they don't actually, you know, end up hurting you as they're intended to. Now, of course, if you're smart enough, you can actually use these repeatedly and not do that. Oh god, I better not die. Let's see if I can keep doing this. Ooh, Jesus. That's the most dangerous one for sure. Oh! Wow. Okay. Well, let's do that better next time. Let's clean that up. Alright, I think this is a good time to get back to the swing of things. Yeah, I actually was not paying attention to my health meter, apparently. But yeah, if you can hold on to the hammer as long as possible, it's very possible to cheese this fight, for sure. But in my opinion, the fastest route to go as far as inflicting damage upon her is concerned is definitely the ball. It takes less setup than the other items to utilize. Last form here, want to bait her, and then smack her as she comes down. Really shows her ugly side, literally speaking, as she's doing this, and I can't seem to get a hit on her. The thing that's kind of annoying, though, is as she comes down and it hits the floor, she kind of shakes it up a little bit, so you need to stay suspended as she's doing that, or you're going to mess up your timing hitting her as she's coming back up. But yeah, that's the final boss. It's not terribly difficult at all, honestly. I would actually argue it's easier than most of the main bosses, even in super hard mode. Like, I remember, I haven't, outside of my practice run, I haven't played this game in years, but I remember the last time I played this game on super hard mode, I don't think I really had trouble with the Golden Diva, even though I clearly just died, in the middle of that, but whatever. But yeah, that's all the treasure. Those are all of the jewelry pieces, and that black cat happened to be the same guy that looked a lot like Mr. Game & Watch earlier. I wonder if there's a story with this cat. I mean, it did kind of lead us into the pyramid after all. I guess we're about to find out in due time. And yeah, we did get the best ending, so we'll see that unfold in just a bit. Oh, well, thanks a lot, asshole. Well, you know what? I guess it's completely justified, considering all of the brain damage we must have given him, tossing him all over the goddamn place over the course of the playthrough, so... yeah, no. Wario, you kind of fucking deserved that. And now this pyramid is gone, lost within the sands of time, never to be seen again. Alright, Black Cat. What's going on with you? Oh? So, based off of how much treasure you get, you can actually alter the appearance, I can't talk, of the princess here at the very end of the game. Obviously, if you have less treasure, she'll be a bit uglier. But honestly, I actually find a previous form, the one where you have like 4 treasure chests to 11 treasure chests, a bit more waifu material than the final form, the true form is. So yeah. So yeah, I guess she must have passed away a long time ago because yeah, um, she kind of just drifted up to heaven just now. That's kind of sad, honestly, when you think about it. But her duty is fulfilled in this world, and she doesn't have to worry about the troubles that have been pressed onto her by the curses of the Golden Diva, I suppose. Oh, yeah, the chatter, something, something, something. You know, I was actually trying to look up the fucking lyrics to this song before this video, and I couldn't find them anywhere on YouTube. Or, like, online for that matter. Like, is there a source for that? I like to, like, jam out to that sometime. Just because, I guess. Like, maybe I could do that for my super hard playthrough or whatever. But yeah, folks, that is the end of Wario Land 4, my favorite 2D platformer of all time. Good God, this run was especially embarrassing. I don't even. This is why I don't really like playing GBA games on my GameCube all that much, because it's like I love the GameCube controller, but man, I don't love it for platformers. It's so aggravating. But like, I'm not gonna go out of my way and fucking play it on the Wii U Virtual Console and spend money on it, let alone, you know, emulate it and then potentially run into issues. So this here is the most stable form of like quality I can get for a GBA game at this time. I apologize, but yeah, Wario Land 4. I mean, yeah, this game is pretty nostalgic for me, I won't lie, but man, it is bar none the best 2D platformer I've ever played. I've played through this so many times, I couldn't even begin to tell you the amount of memories I have associated with this game. As I've mentioned before, like, me and my cousin would trade Wario Lands 1 and 4 back and forth, much like we did with Zero Mission and Fusion, if I ever told that story or not. I don't remember, but luckily for me, I was the one who owned 4, and I could firmly say that I had the better end of the stick. And this ending song is beautiful, man. I mean, it's an amalgamation of like all the level themes we've heard, but like it's remixed so beautifully, and I love the cute little chibi images you get out of the treasure pieces you've collected over the course of the game. I find that so adorable. I love chibi art so much. I used to draw a bunch of chibi art back in high school too, so it's kind of funny to realize that like this was actually an established art style. I was like, why the fuck is Wario so tiny in my game? Because my 8-year-old mind couldn't comprehend it. Like, why does he suddenly look all kinds of cute? And then growing up, I'm like, oh yeah, this is a Japanese thing because Wario and Wario Land have a lot of like Japanese undertones in it, believe it or not. So like, it's kind of funny seeing that in a fucking Wario game over, you know, most other Nintendo franchises. And yeah, depending on which mode you played this game in, Wario does drive back home in a different vehicle. Like, he'd be driving in a car for normal mode, a truck in hard mode, and something special for super hard mode, but I'll save that for that playthrough whenever that happens. I think for super hard mode, honestly, I'm probably going to be doing that with co-commentary, just so, like, I don't know. I feel like it'd be totally redundant if I just played through the game all over again by myself. So I figured that way I'd make it more special playing it in super hard mode, but I'd have friends with me for every video, you know. I hope you guys don't mind that personally. But yeah, that'll be what's happening for that. But it's not going to be happening immediately. I'm going to be tackling super hard mode another day. Not right after this playthrough. And yeah, this is what Wario decides to spend all of his money on. And Honestly, a lot of people kind of, jest at this, but I'm going to be quite honest. If I was in his shoes, I'd probably do the same thing. I go to fucking Taco Bell way too much. And I probably eat there a lot more than I'd like to admit. And if I had all of that money in the world, I'd probably go there every day too. Let's be honest. So yeah, I think Wario made the right call. Going with something that would be beneficial for pleasure, so to speak. But yeah, that was Wario Land 4, my favorite 2D platformer of all time, and one of my top 5 favorite video games of all time. Um, this playthrough was kind of a mess as far as like my performance was concerned, but I hope the commentary turned out okay. I apologize if it didn't, and if you do beat the game in hard mode, you unlock super hard mode. In fact, something I want to mention right now, this crown, the crown icon, only pops up when you beat the game in super hard mode. In fact, this background would actually be a generic pyramid-like backdrop if I were playing in, any first playthrough or whatever, prior to unlocking super hard mode. But, yeah, that's just something I thought I'd let you guys know. And what's kind of awesome is that, like, if you didn't get the best ending, they actually open up all of the bosses again for you to go back and revisit. So you can go back and try to get a better time on the bosses, and then try to get a better ending. So you don't have to play through the entire game again. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So all you gotta really do is just go back to the bosses. You don't even have to go back and replay the whole levels again. That is sweet. Why can't every other fucking game do this? What the hell? But yeah, that's going to be the end of the main playthrough for Warrior Land 4, the more commentary, informative based playthrough. Super hard mode will be less of that and more of me just trying to have fun, uh, while having a co-commentator along for the ride. But the next video we'll be covering, we will be talking about the sound room. Easily the weirdest part of Wario Land 4, without a doubt in my mind. And I'm pretty sure, like, this had to have been the main inspiration behind WarioWare. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the bonus video.